Saints fans, it's Cammy Saint here. Here to talk about the Arsenal game. 3-1 to Arsenal in the end, at home at St Mary's. I think it'd be easier to start this video off by going through the player ratings and talking about each player individually. And then we can talk about what happened in the game. So let's start with Alex McCarthy. At fault for the second goal. I don't know what he's doing, charging out his box like that. Who does he think he is? Jake Vokins was there, charging down Bakary Saka or whatever his name is. If he'd stayed in his goal, he would have just collected it. But he charged out and just tapped it home. 3 silly goals in fact. Poor decision making. He has been better on his day. I'll give him a 5. Left back, Jake Vokins. Jake, Vokins. Out of position more times than I can count. Apparently he used to clean Ryan Bertrand's boots. Obviously didn't talk to him while he was cleaning his boots because didn't play like Ryan Bertrand out there. Didn't do any homework. To be fair to him, he played better in an attacking position. He got a few decent crosses in and he's good with his feet. So maybe he's more suited to a left mid. As a professional footballer getting paid tens of thousands of pounds a week, you need to be able to learn to adapt to different positions. I could put a decent cross in the box. It's not hard to do. You should have just been watching videos and videos of Ryan Bertrand, learning how he plays. But I'm going to give him a 5. This video will get too long. Jack Stephens. Forward passing, honestly, is not his strong point. It really isn't. He needs to be able to look for a free pass and pass it there instead, even if it's to the left or to the right, which normally he does pretty well. Right, 5 for Jack Stephens. Jan Bednarek, probably one of our best players on the pitch that day, but obviously didn't stop 3 goals going in. He was on his own most of the time, to be fair to him. So I'm going to give him a 6. Jan Valery, oh my God. Just copy-paste the same speech from Jake Vokins to Jan Valery. But again, better in an attacking position. I think he got a taste for it at the Liverpool game. Came on at right mid, charging forward, nearly scored, got a taste for it, and now never wants to play right back again. So when Ralph said, "Oh, you're playing right back today," he was like, "Okay, yeah, I know what that means. Cheers, boss." Instead, decided to just go right mid and left that gaping hole at the back. And at half time, Ibrahim and Diallo had to step in at right back. And, Jan Valery was somehow up the field. Fair play to Diallo for actually playing there. But yeah, Jan Valery 5. Theo Walcott. I'm a big fan of Theo Walcott. I really like how he's come to the club. I never thought we'd get him, but he's played really, really well. And unfortunately, his shooting is not Premier League level. It's not elite at all. His shooting it's not even on the target. I know he scored 1 against Arsenal. It was that good chip. And I think he has that in his locker. He does have the skill and the technicality in his locker, but it's just trying to unlock that. And I think you're only going to get that if you play him up front or in the hole. I don't think out wide is best for him because he wasn't really showing anything. There was a moment where he tried to chip it over to Che Adams. And there was one player who had to dink it over the top. And it just went out for a goal kick. There was too much on it. Maybe you could give a lot of the players in this team the benefit of the doubt. It was raining and the pitch looked soaked. And maybe everything is ×2 what it'd normally be. Passing's a lot quicker. Bounces are a lot less hard, a lot harder to judge. Maybe on a dry, sunny evening at St Mary's, he could score a hat-trick. He's done it in his career already. So let's give him a 5. He didn't really do anything. He was just kind of there to pass the ball to. In the middle, Ibrahim Diallo and James Ward-Prowse, top quality players. Really, really good. I enjoyed both of them. Diallo, superb. Top notch for him stepping in at right back. I've praised him before, but you just need to watch him individually just to see how good he is. But we just got to try and keep him for as long as possible. Speaking of which, I'm so glad Stuart Armstrong has signed a new contract because he was like a prime Kaka. He was so good in that game. But before I move on to him, Ibrahim Diallo and James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse, great assist for Stewie Armstrong. Really versatile. James Ward-Prowse just has a class game every time he plays. Both 7s, I think. And I think we can include Stewie Armstrong in that as well. I think we can give him a 7. Stunning goal. You only have to listen to Adam Blackmore on BBC Solent to understand how much of a good goal it was. he has that in his locker. He was so good. Only if he could play like that every week, that'd be amazing. So all 3 of those 7s. And then up front, Danny Ings and Che Adams, who didn't really offer a lot. I mean, they did have opportunities, the both of them. Che Adams with the little header. Danny Ings trying to replicate his goal that he scored against Liverpool, but it just didn't work. Didn't really have anything. I really hope that Danny isn't flustered by the contract talks, and that's why he's playing poor. But again, I said this in my last video, there seems to be a bit more substance around the Edin Dzeko move. I think that you have to bring someone in like that, an experienced striker, just to get him moving again. Maybe bring in Edin Dzeko on a one-year contract, see what he does. Maybe it provides that testosterone, that boost, that drive to want to become better than a 35-year-old. And then he can prove to us why he deserves his move away if he really wants that. But I don't think he does. I think he just wants to focus on football. It's 18 months left. We've gone through this already. Anyway, both 6s. I think that's fair. Now to talk about the Arsenal squad. I mean, they rested a lot of players. I was surprised to see Willian benched. Never heard of Emil Smith-Rowe before, but he played us off the park. Same with that Bakary Saka. Lacazette didn't really do anything. Obviously, he scored right at the end. He just looks like a shadow of his former self. Arsenal played really, really well. They rested a lot of their players in the FA Cup, but gives us a real opportunity to strive for that competition. I think Wolves are a beatable team. Any team in the Premier League is beatable if you know how. We've shown that. So I think we can really make a strive in that competition. But again, we really should have done better. I think it shows how important Ryan Bertrand and Kyle Walker-Peters really are to this team. Having them out just floored us completely. We were just a completely different team without them. We need to get more bodies in. Looking at our bench before the game, the only 2 experienced players we had were Shane Long and, I don't know, maybe Fraser Forster was on there. But there was just no reinforcements. We need to either sign Brandon Williams this month on a loan, or we need to sign Edin Dzeko, or we need to sign someone. All these other clubs in the Premier League are getting these fantastic signings. Like Arsenal just signed Martin Odegaard. Wolves have managed to get William Jose from Real Sociedad. All these great players. Why can't we do it? Why can't we do it? We were Premier League leaders only a few weeks ago, playing some fantastic football under a great coach. I really think if Ralph was to have the money available, he'd go digging at RB Leipzig and poach a few of their decent young talents. I think that's exactly what we need. We just need reinforcements. And that's what I'm kind of hoping. Maybe Newcastle get relegated. Think about this, Saints fans. Would you take Callum Wilson? Would you take Alan St-Maxim? Would you take Miguel Almiron? Would you take Lascelles? All these players that are going to want to stay in the Premier League. Steve Bruce brings them down. I'd happily take all 4 of them. Callum Wilson, proven Premier League striker. Alan St-Maxim, unbelievable flair. Miguel Almiron, born playmaker. They would improve our team massively. Lascelles, great cover for Jack Stevens. Overall, 3-1 in the end. Could have done a lot better. I mean, you can't pin it down to one player. Like, we win as a team, we lose as a team. Anyway, wing-backs are important. More important than you think. We move on to Aston Villa. We march on. It's not the end of the world. We're still in the FA Cup. We've got 29 points. We're doing better than we were last season. Yeah, let's hope we bring someone in January this month before the deadline so we can get some reinforcements. Let's hope COVID just gets out of here, slings its hook, and we can use the facilities again and injuries won't last as long. This has been Cammy Saint, guys. Let's march on. Heads up, chins up. We got Aston Villa to beat. Let's take them down. We can do this. Come on, you Reds.